Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Power or Might. I am Jonathan Coachman, here with Trini Kwan and with Corey Graves. And today on Power or Might, we're going to see the World Women's Heavyweight winning. We're going to see the new World Women's Heavyweight fighter Ronda Rousey here, since she beat Charlotte Flair last Tuesday. Alright. Well, I'll be good to know, Trini Kwan says. I'd like to know who Ronda Rousey's going to fight now, who to be the first one to dare her to fight for her World Women Heavyweight winnings, Trini Kwan said. Well, I really don't know, Corey Graves said, who that's going to be. But whoever it's going to be, it's got to be fearless, got to be bold, I tell you that. Well, here I am, the World Women's Heavyweight fighter. You know, I knew that I could do it. You know, but some folks out there probably thought I could not do it. You know, well, I guess that was their belief. So we have Charlotte Flair, who told everyone that she could not yield, that no one could ever make her yield or stop or give in or whatever they said it would be. That she didn't know how to yield, did not know how to give in. Well, I guess after you break someone's arm, well, I guess that is enough to get them to yield. So, yeah, I am the new World Women's Heavyweight fighter, and I'm going to be a fighting one too. If I can seek the winnings where it might be, I don't know. I truly do. No, just fuck it. We don't know where it's at. And I'd like to be a fighting one, if there is a thing called that. So if anyone wants to take me up on, everybody wants to take me up on it, well, they can do it. But just keep in mind, if you take me up on it, you're going to be in for a fight. Well, here comes Mia Yang, the former IW Women's Heavyweight fighter. Alright, Mia Yang says, I take you up on it, Ronda Rousey. Because I think I'm the baddest baddie on the block. Or is that what I call myself? Well, I can't stand up. Fuck. But, never mind that I can't stand up. Alright? But I'm going to take you up on being the TWF Women's Heavyweight. I'm going to take you up on that there, Ronda Rousey. We got one thing that's the same. We both can't stand up without stands. Yeah, you're right, Ronda Rousey says. I do know that you are the former IW Women's Heavyweight fighter. I would not be dumb. I would not say I didn't know that. I do. And then you went from IW to WWE, did right for yourself on NXT, then you went to Raw and things didn't quite go right. And then, sadly, then you were sent... Fuck! I hope that's not the one. Yeah, it was. Alright. And then you were sent from Raw to SmackDown. They didn't know what to do with you. You had dark matches, house shows, fights, and then they let you go. Yeah, that's about right. That tone's about right of my time in WWE. But I'm going to tell you something. That now I'm back in IW again. Everyone wants to scathe and shame and guilt that. Go right ahead if they want to. I don't really care now. Everybody likes to say, oh, IW isn't how it once was. But I'll take you up on that dare. I'll beat you, and then I'll become the world women's heavyweight fighter. Well, if you want to take me up on the dare, then go right ahead. Ronda Rousey says. But at the end of the day, it's going to be you who gets beat. There. After all that digging, and then we got it. Well, this is for the TWF Women's Heavyweight Winnings. This is for the World Women's Heavyweight Winnings. First, she is Mia Ying, and she is the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter. She is the World Women's Heavyweight Fighter, Ronda Rousey. Ding ding ding. Well, now we're going to see. Jonathan Coachman said what Mia Ying could do. Oh, Mia Ying, or whatever you want to call her. You know, Jade, Resu, whatever you want to call yourself. She's not doing very well right now. Oh, Jonathan Coachman says, well, drop kick. Right when I say that, Mia Ying comes back with a drop kick. Jonathan Coachman says, well, Trini Kwan said Mia Ying, her run in WWE wasn't truly that good. Didn't go very well for her, I guess. Oh, and a spine buster. It didn't go very well for her at all. Corey Graves says, where he talked about what she did when she was NXT, when she was Raw, and when she was on SmackDown wasn't much. And now, and Mia Ying thinks she's going to eat defeat. She did eat defeat to Ronda Rousey. She thinks she's going to become the new World Women's Heavyweight Fighter. That's how she beat Gil Kim in IW to become the IW Women's Heavyweight Fighter, Jonathan Coachman says, back when she was Jade of the Dollhouse. Oh, you recall that, Trini Kwan said. You talk about that, right? Yeah, I do too. Corey Graves says, but no, only a kick out. It didn't happen though. Ronda Rousey getting up right now. And hip toss. I've got her in the arm bar. Is she going to get her to yield here? Is she going to give up? Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner, and still the World Women's Heavyweight Fighter, Ronda Rousey. Well, Ronda Rousey is still the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter, beating Mia Ying or Jade or whatever you want to call, whatever she goes by these days. Jonathan Coachman says, well, I'll tell you one thing, Trini Kwan says, I thought it was a good fight between Mia Ying and Ronda Rousey for the World Women's Heavyweight Winnings. We haven't seen her in some time. They had one thing that was the same between them. They had to have a stand just to stand up in the ring. Trini Kwan said, yeah, and the big on likeness is one came from Ollie's, the other one came from Amazon. Corey Graves says, but at the end of the day, I thought they were both, the good match, a good fight. But at the end of the day, Ronda Rousey beat Mia Ying. Well, Mia Ying should just find some kind of sheet bag and put her head over it in shame. Corey Graves says, and why would you say that for? Trini Kwan said. Why would you go and say something mean like that, John McCoachman said? Because she told everyone she was going to do what she didn't do in WWE and what she did in IW and what she hopes to do in IW again, but didn't quite work out. Well, I know Joey Styles now is going to be talking with Mia Ying, and I don't think, that she's going to be putting any sheep bag over her head for shame anytime soon. All right, Mia Ying, we know that you didn't quite become the world women's heavyweight fighter. Ronda Rousey beat you, but yeah, that happens. You know? Yeah, I know. A lot of folks, there's setbacks, which tend to happen. That's how you deal with them. Yeah, I was in IW before Joey Styles. I won the IW women's heavyweight winnings from Gil Kim. Then I went to WWE. Never won the WWE NXT Women Heavyweight winnings. Went to Raw. Never won the Raw Women Heavyweight winnings. Went to SmackDown. Didn't do anything. Was let go. Now I'm back in IW again. So you hope to become a two-time IW Women's Heavyweight fighter? Yeah, that is my goal. But also my goal is also to become either the TWF Women's Heavyweight fighter or the World Women's Heavyweight fighter. Alright, it didn't quite work out. And I lost. Alright? But if you think I'm gonna put some kind of sheep bag over my leer to hide my shame, guess again. I'm not. So things didn't quite work out during my WWE run, and things might not work out good in my first IW run or my 2-Ford IW run. But I'm not giving up. Ronda Rousey, she's a great fighter. She's a great wrestler. She's a former UFC Women's Heavyweight fighter, a former WWE Raw Women's Heavyweight fighter, and a WWE SmackDown Women's Heavyweight fighter. But at the end of the day, I'm still the baddest baddie around. And I'm going to not yield or give in until I get what I want. Well, a very believing Mia Ying, not yielding or giving in any way. Back to you, Jonathan Coachman. Well, thank you, Joey Styles, for talking with Mia Ying here today on Power Might. That's all the time we've got here for Power Might. I am Jonathan Coachman for Trini Kwan and Corey Graves. We hope you like Power Might, and we'll see you tomorrow for Monday Night Raw or Alone Day Night Raw.